first of all, the law was never given so that people could be saved. It was given to Israel after God had delivered them and rescued them from Egypt. So it was a covenant. It was a covenant given to Israel, who were already redeemed. They were already saved. It was given to show them how to live in the land in relationship to God and in relationship to each other. So that's the first part of the answer. The second part of the answer is, one of the things that's happening in the storyline of the Bible is that God is showing that humans are not very good covenant partners. So if you're in a covenant relationship, a relationship of commitment, you're committed to each other, you're devoted to each other, you're loyal, there's faith, there's trust, there's obedience. It's a covenant relationship. It's not a business relationship. It's like a marriage where you're in there for life. You first of all, you have God creates Adam and Eve, and then the story goes down the toilet pretty quickly. Chapter 3, Adam and Eve sin. Then God makes a new start. God makes a new start with Noah. And as soon as Noah gets off the boat, we have this story of the drunkenness of Noah. We see that he's not a very good covenant partner. And then God calls Abram, and he enters into a covenant relationship with Abram. But then Abram goes and sells his wife out, and God has to say, look, Abram, walk before me and be blameless. You can't have a relationship with me unless you're going to have some moral standards here. And so the Bible is teaching us that humans are not very good covenant partners, and that's one of the purposes of the law. Paul talks about this in Romans and Galatians and other parts of the New Testament. The law came to reveal our sinfulness, to show us that we're not very good. We're not faithful. We're not loyal. We're not committed to the covenant relationship. We're prone to fall. We're prone to fall away. We're prone to go our own way and disregard God and His instructions for our lives. So, the law was never given in order so that a group of people could be saved. It was given to a people who were already saved to show them how to live, and another purpose of the law was to show them that in and of themselves they are unfaithful covenant partners, and only God. So you see this. Let me show you this in Deuteronomy chapter 30. Let me see if I can find this very quickly. Deuteronomy chapter 30. Okay, let's see, where is it? Or is it in chapter 29? He says that God has not given you a heart to know. Okay, chapter 29. Deuteronomy 29, Moses summoned all Israel and said to them, you have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt, to Pharaoh and to all his servants and to all his land, the great trials that your eyes saw, the signs and those great wonders. But to this day, the Lord has not given you a heart to understand, or eyes to see, or ears to hear. So, and late in chapter 30, he says that in the future, God will circumcise their hearts. So it's a figure of speech. Circumcision is a ceremony or rite or ritual where they cut off the foreskin to show that they are completely devoted to the service of God. So circumcision was used in ancient Egypt. Only the Pharaoh, only his chief officers and his chief military people were circumcised, because only they were totally devoted to the service of God. But in Israel, everyone is circumcised because the whole nation is supposed to be devoted to the service of God. And yet their hearts are not devoted to God. That's the whole point. And so they need they need to go through a period of learning. The history of Israel is going to show them that they need God to sovereignly come and change their hearts.